Greetings, everyone. Before we get started today, I want to take a moment and thank each and every one of you for taking out time to check out the channel, implementing the strategies that I'm sharing with you. I realize I have more people who are actually watch the channel than who are actually subscribed, but I want to thank each and every one of you. However you support the channel, however you support whatever we're doing here at Scrumcademy, I just want to take a moment and let you know that I appreciate you very, very much. Welcome to Scrumcademy. I am Scott, your Scrum coach. And today we're tackling a beautiful question I got from one of my students in my last PSM1 class. They've been watching the Scrum football series and right before break, ended up taking a whole break to answer this question, right? He said, Scrum Master Scott. I'm like, yes, Mr. Brandon. He asked the question, is the Daily Scrum in Agile more like a football team's huddle or a football team's timeout? I'm like, whoa. I thought about that question a lot before I actually published that episode about Daily Scrum. So, yeah, luckily I was prepared for the answer. So if you happen to be one of the 2 or 3 people that don't know, teams on the NFL field huddle to quickly strategize before each play. But they also call timeouts for deeper strategic adjustments. Similarly, Scrum teams gather daily, not just to update, but to align, to strategize, and to adapt their gameplay. Let's talk about this question using our football analogy, and I'm going to give you some tips to supercharge your daily Scrum with winning strategies. Is the Daily Scrum likened to an NFL's football team's huddle or a timeout? Beautiful question. Now, to begin the conversation with the student, I asked this question. I put on my coaching hat first. I said, Brandon, who calls the huddle? Brandon looked a little bit puzzled and perplexed at the beginning. He thought about it a little more and then he came up with nobody. It's automatic. Exactly. Nobody calls the huddle. It's automatic, just like Daily Scrum. That's what we want to accomplish, right? It's at the same time, it's at the same place to reduce complexity. Just like on the football field, you don't see people yelling, hey, come over here, let's huddle, let's huddle, let's huddle. No. Just like Daily Scrum, it's already automatic that we're going to meet. We're in the workplace on a certain time and a certain day. If we're on the football field, we already know we're going to have a huddle immediately of the previous play, assuming that it is 1 through 3rd down, and we're not going to punt the ball on the 4th down. So it's automatic. 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, immediately after the play, we're going to huddle up, whether you're on the offensive side of the ball or whether you're on the defensive side of the ball. It's automatic. Nobody calls that. So first up, the football huddle. It is quick, dynamic. Everyone knows the sprint has started. It's game time. Each player gets a brief on the immediate next steps that are required of him or her. The Daily Scrum mirrors this, with team members swiftly sharing their progress, plans, and problems, aligning their efforts for the day ahead. But there's more to it, just like in football, isn't it? Indeed, there is. So to begin the comparison with Brandon, I asked him the next question, putting back on my coaching hat. Are you noticing? I put my coaching hat on. I'm doing a little teaching. Okay, now I'm going to put my coaching hat back on, and I'm going to do a little bit more teaching. Yeah. Watch the previous episode on the different hats that we wear as Scrum Masters. So watch as I bounce back and forth from the different hats. Beautiful. So I asked Brandon the next question. I said, Brandon, who calls the timeout? Now, Brandon quickly answered that question. He said, Scott, anybody on the field can call the timeout. Exactly, Brandon. And exactly, Ricky. Yes, you got it. Now, I want you to consider the timeout in football. It's very, very strategic. It's a deliberate pause to reevaluate and adjust tactics in response to new challenges on the field. Anyone from the quarterback to the coach can initiate it. Much like any team member can highlight urgent issues during the daily scrum, here is where we blend the huddle's immediacy with the timeout's depth, ensuring our strategy is both proactive and responsive to what we see. Ensuring our strategy is both proactive and responsive to what's going on in real time. I want you to imagine this. Your wide receiver is up against a top defender and struggling. Now, in the huddle, you might quickly plan to double team that threat. In a daily scrum, similar collaboration happens when a developer says, "I'm blocked by this bug." And another developer might say, "I've tackled that before. Let's pair up and squash it." Isn't that beautiful? It's about making real-time adjustments, just like calling a timeout to draw up a crucial play. However, the daily scrum can't just be about routine updates, as your daily scrum probably is today. What did I do yesterday? What I'm going to do tomorrow? I have no impediment. That's not what we're doing. You need to make it a blend of the huddle's rhythm and the timeout strategic depth. Encourage team members to bring up not just what they did, but what they need to move forward. Use the daily scrum not only to report, but to request help, to strategize jointly, and to adjust plans as needed. Here are 3 pro tips for you to make your daily scrums more engaging. Number 1, start each meeting with a specific goal or issue. The whole purpose of daily scrum, as you recall, because I know you read your scrum guide today, is to do what? Check our progress towards the sprint goal. Very nice. If we're on the football field, we're going to look at the scoreboard and see what is the score. And also, we're going to look at the timer and see how much time do we have left on the clock to play this game. Same thing in Scrum. Number 2, treat impediments like opponents. Strategize in real time how to overcome them. Do we need to double team it? I don't know. Let's give you another analogy. So let's say we're at daily scrum in the huddle, and a developer says, "Hey, my task for the day is going to take me all 8 hours once I leave this meeting." So what if another developer on the teams that has more experience in this here, let's say, domain of knowledge, what if that person says to the developer that says he or she is going to take 8 hours, what if another developer says, "You know what? How about we pair together? I think we can knock that out in about 1 hour." That is amazing. You see, we're looking at impediments as an opponent, as a blocker. So how do we move that impediment out of the way? Let's double team it. Let's triple team it. Whatever that may look like in your environment. Number 3, you want to foster a proactive atmosphere where every team member is prepared to adjust their role or task dynamically. Static. Because we come up with a plan in daily scrum and we're getting ready to execute it, implement it for the day, don't mean it's going to work. So, okay, we want to try fast, fail fast, learn fast, for help fast. We want to do everything fast, fast, fast. Indeed. Remember, a successful daily scrum, like any good football play, relies on effective communication, quick decision-making, and the ability to adapt on the fly. Very nice. As we wrap up the answer to this beautiful question on optimizing your daily scrum with football strategies, remember the essence of both activities. It's all about teamwork, it's all about swift communication, and it's all about agility to adapt quickly. Employ these tactics to transform your daily scrum from a mere meeting into a strategic session and event that propels your teams towards victory. So what do you think? Is daily scrum a huddle or a timeout in our football analogy? Please drop your comments below, and I look forward to reading your replies and also responding back to them. Who knows? Maybe we'll create another video based upon that collaboration. But I look forward to it either way. Thank you for tuning in to the SCRUMcademy's Scrum Football Series. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that doggone notification bell for more Agile plays. Continue to dive deeper into Scrum, check out our previous episodes, stay agile, and transform your team into champions. Until the next time, Keep guarding against the notorious Scrum dumb. Keep tackling those impediments. Keep scoring those agile touchdowns. And as always, be agile, do Scrum, and be super duper legendary. I see you in the previous episode first, and I'll see you in the next episode.